I'll go off Discord. Um, May as well try and do a.
Bring you in.
Nah, not yet. Just you talk and maybe bring Braden in. Let me just disconnect from Discord altogether. Then I can just hear the live.
Alright everybody, thanks for joining in to watch the live stream. Here, we are on board here with Braden Cass showing us a hot lap of the Wild Horse Pass Motorsport Park. Take it away, Braden. He joins us live.
Ooh. Yeah, how's it going, Dan?
Not bad,
Pretty
mate.
tough track. Nice tough track, nice and tight. Pretty. See some close racing, I hope. Whoa.
Yeah, absolutely. These whoops here are definitely a bit of a challenge, aren't they?
Yeah, it'd be nice to be able to jump from the sort of the first one over the top of the second, or maybe even hit the second one and skip over the third, make it a bit quicker. But unfortunately, we can't get the speed out of there.
Yeah, well, mate, I'm sure you'll be doing fine in this race. With some hot times coming through. I think you got the fastest time on here at the moment in this practice session.
Yeah, hopefully Steve-O gets in here soon. We can take him out.
I'm sure we're looking for a nice clean race here today.
Always.
Too expensive, expensive damage to the vehicles.
That's it, eh?
Yep,
Give it to Steve-O to fix.
that's it, mate. This is definitely a good looking track, this one. Nice and tight. Quick 36 seconds is pretty much a good lap to take.
Yeah,
And there
I think
goes.
it's like high 36s, I think, the fastest.
Well, you've done a 36.6 already. That's not bad, I think. That's definitely faster than what I've done on this track.
Hopefully we can keep it there.
Absolutely. Nice and clean, mate. All right, well, I'll leave you to concentrate on your practicing, and I might bring someone else in the chat.
Yeah, too easy, mate.
Good on you, mate. Cheers. Okay, for anyone watching our stream here tonight, if you're not familiar with this simulator racing, the game is called iRacing. There's lots of different types of cars and tracks included, from the V8 supercars to Formula One through to sprint cars, oval tracks.
And I dragged
whole
you
lot.
into the producer.
G'day, Steve-O. How are you, mate? You're live here on a live stream.
Hang on.
All right, everyone. Here we are on board with Jesse in his number 7 trophy truck. Not too bad at a flat 37 around this track. Let's see if he can beat it this lap. No, it's another 37.7 seconds. His best time, a 37.090. we are. It's just a practice session at this state. I'll bring that up on the overlay there. We're 22 minutes into what we have a good hour left or so of this practice session before we get into qualifying. This is our first test broadcast, so there may be a few glitches to our stream, but bear with us. We'll definitely be coming back online to do our best to bring this to you. If you haven't yet, find our Facebook page, Alice Springs eRacing, and like the page, follow for other live stream events, and look, send a message to the page if you're interested in joining the group. We've got quite a good group of people in Alice Springs and outside of Alice Springs as well, joining into these races. If you need some help getting set up, how to get a simulator rig set up in your home, all the experts are here. They've got all the gear and the know-how to get it set up for you. Whether you're into a single screen, triple screen, or a virtual reality or VR headset, there's lots of options for you. Different budgets, different price ranges. You don't need the latest and greatest gaming PC for this game, but look, obviously the better it is, the smoother things do run. But look, our guys are here; they'll be able to help you out. Thanks to BizCom and Jaws Contracting for sponsoring this stream. Look, they've put together a fair bit of work in the background to get all the equipment and different things going for you this evening. The live stream to YouTube and or Facebook will begin at about 6 p.m. local time. It's currently 5:24, so we're looking at that 30 minutes left of practice. No, that'll be another hour left of practice on the live stream, and then dropping into qualifying and a race. We're only going to have about 5 or 6 races in this one tonight, as it's a bit of a test. And there goes Jesse, stuck in the fence. I think he'll be resetting to the pits. Yeah, off he goes. All right, let's jump on with Stephen Sanderson here from Jaws Contracting. And his Jaws Racing green trophy truck. And he's decided to head back to the pits. Here we have, who else is on the track here? We've got David Kerr from BizCom. Just follow him around on a hot lap here. These are the tricky whoops to get right. Keep your all 4 wheels on the ground to get you some traction around the last corner before we come over the finish line, over the tabletop. Alright, let's just watch on board now and follow David around for this lap. Go with David finishing that lap. Good man, he's doing a 37.7 there with Jesse. It'll be a close battle, I'm sure, between those two. Looks like Braden and Stephen both pulling a 36.6 seconds on this track. Stephen's definitely the guy to watch tonight. I've seen him do some pretty fast times. Let's get on board here with Stephen and watch him do it up. Maybe I'll try and bring him in from his onboard communications and see if he can take us for a hot lap and explain how he goes through the track and what to watch out for. Just give us a moment. I'll try and bring him in. Okay, I've got Stephen Sanderson here from Jules Contracting on the mic with us. How are you, Stephen?
Yeah, going good, mate. Yourself?
Very well, very well. See you doing some hot laps there. You're only a millisecond or so behind Braden there.
Yeah, I'm trying my hardest here, but as you can see, I'm a little bit everywhere at the moment. But
that's the fun of it. That's the fun of it, isn't
exactly.
it? Tell you what,
I don't have to pay to fix this car, so.
Tell you what, why don't you take us for a lap now from this start line and tell us what you got to watch out for?
Yeah, no worries. So this is a pretty quick corner, but that outside fence there gets up pretty quick, as you can just see there. A couple of nice big jumps here. As soon as you land after this jump, you need to swing it into this tight left-hand corner. And then you hit this jump, go down a couple of jumps, as we are about to do, and you swing it in now. And then try and straighten it up for the whoop section. Hit a couple of whoops, these can throw you around a bit. Throw it in, get back into third and try and power through the corner. And hit the jump for the next lap. Whoop, and do that and crash.
Oh, there we go. Good job, mate. Oh, yeah. 47. He mustn't have been a hot lap on that one. Let's jump on board with him. Let's see how we go. Bring in the chopper camera view here, and there we got Braden and Stephen giving it some, giving us a bit of entertainment. Coming around the last corner here for the straight. Let's see who gets the run. Unfortunately, damage is off in this session. We've kept it off for more of an entertainment perspective, make sure everyone can finish the race. Still looking for some clean racing between the drivers. Although damage is off, we still might penalise drivers if they deliberately cause some accidents. So Braden's taken he's cleared those whoops nicely. Here they are, coming back around the last corner for the finish line over the tabletop. Cars are still in one piece. That's with the damage being off, I'm sure. Now, these are fun to drive, I've got to say. I've had a bit of a turn on them. They're definitely hard to keep all four wheels on the ground. So if we jump on board here with Braden and have a look as he goes over the jumps, and you can see it's sometimes a bit hard to see where you're going. There's no external view for the drivers as they're racing this. It's very much you can't see what's happening when you're facing the sky, that's for sure. On for Donkey Kong. From what I've been told, I think Braden is using a VR headset, so in theory his view of this at the moment is definitely different to ours spectating the race. He can look to his left with his head and he'll be able to see Steve-O's car there in the green. Jules Contracting trophy truck. Definitely a different experience than using a single monitor to play this sim. Some people go for the triple screens. That gives them a slight different perspective, peripheral out to the sides. But as you can see here, you can't see who's alongside you, and that can cause trouble for you if you don't have that VR headset or triple screens. So we're watching out for Braden here tonight. He's definitely pulling some fast times at 36.6. Braden recently did compete in the improved NT V8 Supercars 5-week series. Came third overall, and I'll tell you what, that was a pretty good achievement. Whoa, and there goes Stephen off the track. So it looks to me like it'll be a battle maybe between Braden and Stephen tonight. That's for sure. It is a, I think a 20-minute race, and it looks to me that the track might get a bit spread out. The cars won't be always that closer racing, but there will be a chance for a full course yellow to bring the drivers back together again. This will allow us to have a bit more entertainment for you guys and make sure that we're not watching single cars drive around on their own. Let's see how Jesse's going here. Look, I might try to bring Jesse in and see how he's going here with this sim setup tonight. So just give me a moment. I'm going to go and grab him and bring him into the commentator's channel. Right, viewers, I've tracked down Jesse. Here he is, coming over the finish line. How you going there, Jesse?
Yeah, pretty good, mate. Pretty good. How about yourself?
Yeah, not too bad, mate. Glad you could join us here in this race tonight. Appreciate it.
Yeah, it's going to be good. Glad to be here. The stream should be fun.
Absolutely, mate. So, you've been into iRacing for a while, I see.
Yeah, we've been doing iRacing for probably on and off for a couple of years, 3 or 4 years.
Yep.
But back in for the last probably 12 months, maybe 18 months.
Yeah, maybe with all this
been
home quarantine, eh? Almost.
Yeah, I think it's kind of been involved with it a little bit before that, but it's good to see the exposure that it's given to the sport. We've had a lot of the high-end platforms move to the eRacing while COVID's happening, so great for iRacing, good bit of exposure.
Yeah, absolutely. So what sort of sim setup are you running? Any virtual reality stuff or screens?
I'm running the triple monitor setup here. I've tried VR, sort of didn't really tickle my fancy, so I'm running the triple monitors, 440p. I'm just running a single graphics card. Runs the game pretty well. My computer's probably about 5 or 6 years old. Just with the new GPU, I'm running the AMD Radeon 5700 XT. Seems to do the job for me.
Yeah, righto. That's good. Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier to our viewers was that you don't need the latest and greatest computer to play the latest game on the highest graphics. So look, can be a bit of a game on a budget as well, depending on how much you want to spend on your other sim gear, I suppose. But even then, there are some cheaper wheels and pedals you can get.
Yeah, that's right. There's certainly a few entry points you can look at, for affordability. People wanting to get into it, $500 or $600 will get you a cheap wheel, good set of pedals, reasonable set of pedals.
Yeah, that's right.
It doesn't have to be that expensive. I'd say you could get going for about $1,000 with a pretty comfortable setup, as an entry level. Cheapest form of motorsport you're going to get. Money well spent.
Yeah, absolutely. It's definitely good fun. So you've gotten into the 36s now, mate. So you're going to be putting a bit of pressure on.
I've actually, last time I had a razzle with these boys, I was quite substandard. Couldn't cut the paces off by about a second and a half. So I've jumped on earlier today, and I've probably put about 80 or 90 laps down on this track. Gone and grabbed the setup online, so hopefully I can be competitive.
Well, mate, if you're the one with a decent setup, you'll probably be the competitive one because I think everyone else is running pretty standard setups.
Oh, really?
I believe. I don't know how much the guys have been put into setups yet for this race. I don't know.
If that's the case, I'll surely run the stock setup.
No, look, I'm not sure what they're doing, but I'm sure we can find out closer to the race.
I was watching some of the other boys' cars. It looked like the Joys boys. The Joys boys had a bit of looked like their car was riding pretty smoothly.
Yeah, might be the driving, eh?
Could well be.
It could be. Look, it's pretty easy to get these out of whack, just coming into the corner a bit wrong, or.
Yeah, certainly. I haven't had much experience in these cars. I normally race a little Mazda, so it's been a bit of a change moving over to these.
Yeah, absolutely. One thing I noticed definitely when I had to go at these was if you hit the jump and keep your foot flat on the accelerator, it's a bit hard to land. You got to definitely try and land over all the wheels.
Yeah, I think there's some sort of gyro effect where if you brake in mid-air, it'll point the front down. Or if you see, right there, I just broke it front down hard. So yeah, definitely trying to balance it where you land, I think is key. Again, I'm pretty new to this kind of racing, so I noticed the boys coming into these hairpins, getting the car pitched right in. So I've tried to emulate that over the last few laps, but I don't know how much success will have.
Yeah, look, these whoops here are definitely the challenge of the race, I'd say. On this track.
trying to pick a nice line through there. I still haven't really worked out which line I want to take. I'm just sort of punching a few laps down now. Really, the line will come. The line will come.
It will come. That's for sure. I've seen the other boys. They seem to clear that last whoop somehow and get a good run into the corner, but I haven't figured out how to do that myself.
Yeah, we'll try coming in a bit. I think coming in a bit not as hot into this, and then maybe feathering it might have a better result, but. all about trying to find what works for you, I guess.
That's exactly right. And we don't want to give away too many secrets, do we?
That's right.
It's a game, but it's also a simulator. So we're going to simulate the competition side of it as well. Why not? It's all good fun. Mate, I'll let you get on with your practice. And,
good on you, mate. Thanks.
Yeah, cheers for joining in, mate. Good on you.
No sweat. Thanks, mate.
And that was Jesse giving us a bit of a tour on his experience with iRacing. Definitely good chaps here coming in to have a race, and they're all Alice Springs boys. I believe they're all no one here is from interstate tonight, but there may be other races. We bring some other people in. That's for sure. The more the merrier. This is a short track. We chose that for the main reason that there aren't going to be too many drivers on. We could have put on a V8 supercars race at Bathurst. We could have done all sorts of things, but at the end of the day, that's a long track, and 4 cars, 5, 6 cars may have been a little bit boring to watch. So this is definitely entertaining watching these trophy trucks go around. That's for sure. I definitely enjoy it. Looks like the other guys are sitting in the pits at the moment. We'll just follow Jesse around a little bit here. See if he picks up a bit more speed on his laps. He's getting in some practice there. See if he can bring himself down to the 36.6. Seems to be the time tonight. Off he goes. That's the great thing about this, guys. You want to get into motor racing, you love motor racing. A lot of people do. Even the people that don't love motor racing probably still like it a little bit. It's really the hard... Oh, there goes... It's exactly what I'm trying to say here is, look, it can be an expensive sport if you do it for real. And definitely, it's like he gets it down somehow. Bit of magic there. It's definitely not easy. Let's jump over to Jesse and see how he gets through these whoops on this lap. See if he's improving himself there a bit. He's trying something. Going around the outside a bit. That could work. We're about 10 minutes away from our live Facebook stream, scheduled to start at 6 p.m. That's going to give us another hour or so of practice before we jump into the qualifying. So hopefully we get some more races available to jump on and test this out tonight. It'll be great. Obviously I'd be in there if I could, but a bit hard to commentate and produce this stream and race at the same time, that's for sure. Let's jump in here with Braden. Let's see which scene should we follow him on. We can jump on the roll bar here. Let's follow him around on this hot lap. Around there pretty well, that's for sure. And this is the last corner before the whoops. It's definitely the hard one. Let's see if he gets over this second whoop here and gets a clean run onto the... There he goes, look at that. Clean run. See if he pulls 36 seconds on this lap. Looks like it's 6.9. See down the bottom left there. His best time 36.621. There's only a 300ths there of a second. Jesse's definitely still there. In the 36s. Looks like David's still there. He's not on the track at the moment. He's in the pits tuning his car maybe. So as it's a practice session, bear with us, go have yourself a break, grab a drink. There's another 30 minutes or so of this practice session. Got to get the times right on this. So yeah, 51 minutes into the practice session. Another 40 minutes or so to go. I'm going to leave the cameras follow what it thinks is the most exciting for the moment, and there's only one car running the track, so let's follow whoever the most exciting is, which seems to be Braden at this moment. Oh, mate. Tell you what, why don't we jump over to a... we'll jump in the gyro camera that sits there hanging off the roll bar there. You'll see the gyro camera doesn't rotate with the car. It's a little bit more pleasant to watch sometimes, for sure. Hey. That might have hurt. And he jumps back in the pit. So look, the good thing about this, guys, is when you have a crash, you can jump back in the pits straight away during a practice session. If it's during the race and you head back to the pits, you do get a penalty, and they class it as being towed back to the pits, and a timer does go on, and it assumes that it might take you a few minutes or a minute to get back, so you lose that time. So it's not as forgiving as the practice session is when we're in the race, that's for sure. Let's have a look and see what Braden is waiting for Jesse to come around. They're going to chase him down. Let's stay on board and watch this. Flick over to Jesse's gearbox camera, which you're going to follow there, Braden on his tail. Goes. I think Jesse let him pass, to be honest. Might even bring the two boys in to chase each other around, and they can have a chat. You guys can listen in. We'll organise that. Give us a moment. Right, viewers, the guys are going to give you a bit of banter as they chase each other around the track, so see if Braden's going to wait for him or not.
Yeah, well, where is he? I'll wait up for Jesse.
Yeah.
Right,
I'll leave the viewers with Braden and Jesse for a couple of minutes.
Rightio.
Ready?
Yep, let's do it.
See how close I can get to you without tagging you.
Roger. See if I can stay in the lead. Yeah, welcome down to Wild Horse, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen. This is a lap with Jesse and Braden.
Whoa!
Well, just keeping it clean. I think Braden's
Right down the inside.
dirty, uncouth driving. I haven't seen much of it. I'm only new to these race. Opportunity there.
Thought I might have had the momentum coming down off of that.
Yeah.
A for effort.
It's really hard to get that line, huh? I think it changes too as the track.
Oh, there it is.
Oi.
My bad.
Oh, good.
Yeah, it's getting slick on the inside line, are they? Oh, you're stuck on your well as
So
slick.
you're going to get a bit more drive off those sections.
Not really, no.
Okay.
If you got the car, so like Speedway and that, if you got the car set up right for it, you can. It's still pretty fast, but
Yeah, right.
yeah,
So I guess
it can be very slow.
just changes the characteristics of the track, you know, as we race over it.
Yeah. So then in terms, like up here where I am now, up in like the darker stuff, there should be more drive in that.
More drive up there, yeah.
Yeah. But then like you look here to the left of us here where it's sort of darker, that's still got a bit of, that's still like somewhat got a bit of moisture in it, so that's pretty much perfect, but you can't really get there, so.
What's your preferred line through that corner there?
Which one? The one up top?
Yeah, that hairpin. You like don't digging in low, or you like going around?
Yeah, I prefer to sort of jump on the brakes early and that second gear on the inside.
I noticed you get the car quite set up before you're even in the corner. You sort of bounce it input on a 45 as your apex.
Yeah, yeah.
Oi.
Jesse, that was great.
Just a bit of ballet, a few pirouettes.
That was a bloody delicate move, shall we say.
Very precise.
I might even look for a replay on that. See if I can get the replays working well tonight. Let's have a look.
Might have to see if we can give David a bit of a bully. I know he's done it himself, I think.
Welcome to our Facebook audience. Facebook live stream started at 6 p.m. She's now live.
We're
now
together.
live on YouTube and Facebook.
We're live.
Here we are in the commentators box. We've got Jesse and Braden having a bit of a pirouette pas de deux on the Wild Horse Pass Motorsport Park race course in the trophy trucks.
Jesse's in the fence.
And there's definitely some. welcome again to our Facebook viewers in the Alice Springs eRacing Facebook group and YouTube. For another 20 odd minutes. The guys are putting down some pretty good times. Got Braden with a 36.5 now, and Jesse's pulled a 36.5 as well. It's definitely some fast times. I don't think I did anywhere near that when I've been playing this game, that's for sure. And speaking of games, this is definitely a bit more of a simulator than a game. It's great fun like a game. It's cheaper because it's a game instead of getting into real motor racing. But it's a lot of fun. You can go with the default setup and have a great lot of fun. Cheaper steering wheel, cheap setup, one screen, or you can get right into it and spend tens of thousands even and get some pretty amazing simulators. But definitely doesn't cost as much as real motor racing. This really opens up motor racing to a younger demographic as well as just people that cannot typically afford motor racing. You can do it from home, do it in groups with friends, run your own races, or you can join in the iRacing leagues and race events through the series and seasons, and you can race and increase your license levels and so on, and race against better and harder drivers. That's for sure. There's a lot of fun to be had in this game. Here we are, following Stephen. Let's jump on board here with Stephen Sanderson, Jules Contracting, one of the main sponsors here for the Alice Springs eRacing group. Watch this space, plenty more to come. Big shout out to Stephen there. Thanks for all your help setting up some of the equipment for this. Putting down some good times there, 36.6. Great, Cass. His rival on the same team, definitely showing us fastest time here today. The track has definitely changed conditions during this practice session. You'll find if you have a look as we go around, there's some really shiny spots on the track, like just here. There's not much grip left there. It does change throughout the race. It's quite a dynamic race track, like the here we are again, quite slippery. So the track times probably will come down a bit as the track loosens its grip for the drivers. It's a bit the same as the oval dirt tracks. You'll find the same there with the sprint cars. You can do some good laps at the start, and then it starts to go downhill from there. It's a bit harder to get your traction. Let's jump on board with Joel Pritchard, who's joined in with the guys. See how he's going there. He's only put down a few laps so far, but he's done a 37.3. That's not bad. Let's see if we can jump on his gearbox view. See him coming, chasing him down, hunting him. That's definitely a bit slippery there, that's for sure. And here comes Steven, preying on his victim. You can really see the glossy colour there on the track now, that's for sure. It's getting slippery. Now what I don't know at this stage is that when it comes to qualify and race, whether the track gets reset. So we'll definitely see if that happens during qualify. In about 15 minutes time. As I think if the race and qualifying is this slippery, I think it's going to be a tough ask. But let's wait and see. So all the drivers are on track now, and I'm not sure if there's anyone else joining in. But here we are. There'll be a 5-man race tonight. We've got Braden O'Cass currently pulling the fastest time, with Jesse not far behind. Stevens, who did have the fastest time, has been pushed back to third place in this practice session, doing just 38.4 in his last lap. Could be all a part of the slippery nature of the track now, but we've got David Kerr at 37.3. right along there with Jesse as they go around the track together. Joel Pritchard doing fine there at 37.3 seconds a lap. It's a nice short track, 5 turns in this. So we've got turn 1 here. No, that'd be turn 2 actually. Turn 3 is a definitely hard one as we come over the jump. Turn 4 there, and then turn 5 as we come around now on this slippery part of the circuit to the finish line. So let's check this out. I'm sure it's a 5-turn track, this one. Here we are, turn number 1. Couple of jumps here after turn 1. Turn 2, bring us over the jump under the Lucas Oil off-road racing sign. Turn 3. And turn 4 to finish over these whoops. They're definitely hard to get right. There's 4 turns. Unless they count one of those turns as 2 in 1. Jump on there with Braden and see how he's going with the slippery part of this track now, as he's still got that 36.5 seconds. See how he's doing getting around the slippery corners here. He's staying on the outside. Let's see if that helps him out in this lap. What sort of time does he get? Should come up down the bottom left there on your screen as a 36.818, as well as up the top there showing our last lap. David's still pulling a consistent 37.4. Here he is in the Bizcom. Flame on the bonnet car. Luckily we got damage off, guys. It's going to be an entertaining race tonight. I'm sure there'll be plenty of bumps and bruises, but I can tell you damage off means it's going to be a bit more entertaining, and make sure everyone gets a chance to stay on track with a working vehicle that hasn't broken down. Oh, there we go. Let's see what's happened there to Steven Sanderson, shall we? Looks like he's really flipped out. Let's see how he went there in the replay. What caused this crash today? And there's just sent him up the fence and flipped him on his rooftop. And look at that. The beauty of damage off gives you another go. If you land on your wheels, good luck to you. Keep going. If you're on your roof, you'll be stuck and you'll have to send your car back to the pits, which will most likely during the race give you a bit of a penalty in the time, as you'll find that there's as it is a bit of a simulator, you can't just magically teleport your car to the pits, so there is a timed penalty put there when you do go back to the pits, and that will give you, I think they call it towing. Although it doesn't tow your car along the track, it just adds that time you have to wait in the pits. And then if you do have damage on in the race, you'll find then after you've been towed back, there'll be a further repair time to your car as well. And it doesn't matter whether you're in a Formula 1 car, a trophy truck, sprint car, V8 supercar, it really doesn't matter. It's the same rules. The simulator works much the same across all the different types of racing. Yeah, Joel Pritchard is definitely beaten David now on that time. He's at 37.2 for his lap. He's definitely picking up some speed now, even on this slippery track. Whoop! There goes Jesse. Let's see if he can keep it together. And is he going to take Joel out? He sends Joel spinning, and Joel keeps his nose facing the right way on the track. Tell you what, it gets interesting. There's going to be a few rough tumbles during this race, and I don't know how these guys are keeping it in a straight line, but I tell you what, it feels great when it's such close racing and you're in the hands of one of these vehicles, I can tell you. There they are, staying nice and tight inside there as these guys get away from that slippery part of the track, and they send their cars flying at 90 degrees around the corner. Wow, spectacular. You see Joel there and Jesse going down into turn number 3. The camera's sitting behind a fence here. It doesn't work too well, this one. Let's flip to TV camera 1. Wow, these guys are doing great. It's going to be a hot lap, a hot race, this one. Guys, we've got every single driver here is within 700ths of a second of each other. So it's going to be a tight race. Hopefully a clean one. Just a quick word from our main sponsors for tonight. And for the Alice Springs eRacing group, we've got Bizcom NT. They provide the bandwidth, the high-speed upload for the stream, streaming out to multiple locations, YouTube and Facebook at 2K. There's Jaws Contracting, supplied a lot of the equipment for the streaming equipment, so we can have high-quality streams for you tonight. We are still testing some of the equipment and different technologies and how we can bring the greatest quality stream to you all. So if there are any hiccups, don't worry, it's definitely not the equipment, it's probably just some teething issues as we get on with this production. Just 6 minutes left of our practice session tonight. Recently been in the V8 Supercars E-Series that was held out of Darwin. 5-week series. He came third overall along with some amazing other drivers. I can tell you there was some. It's not easy to be consistent across so many races over so many laps and set up your car to the standard to get the lap times they were getting. So Braden's definitely one to watch tonight. We'll bring him back into the commentators room in a minute and have a bit of a chat. See if he can give us some insight to car setups and see if he's done any on his tonight. For all those viewers watching that want to get involved, visit our Facebook page, facebook.com/ASP eRacing. Send us a message on there, ask your questions that you like. We'll help you guys get set up. It's definitely a great sport to be involved with. See if we can bring up the weather of the track now. The weather's set today at, let's have a look, 26 degrees. Maybe a bit cloudy or overcast. You'll find that the weather settings can make a big difference, especially for bitumen tracks. Even probably dirt tracks when it comes to drying out of the moisture on the tracks. We were talking about track temperature, affects tyre pressure, and how your car's going to handle. We're talking about sun on the track versus shadows from trees, different temperatures around the track. The simulator is quite advanced. Got a wind speed here showing of 3 kilometres an hour. You can imagine if that was really windy, it's going to affect the car as well. The speed you're going to get, it's going to push you wide as you come out of corners. Some really cool stuff. Partly cloudy, 35. Let's jump in the cockpit with him, and you can see there down the bottom the driver inputs. We can get into the simulator. You can see there he is. Accelerator. Just the graft. Or maybe the brake. Let's have a look. Steering wheel in a straight line. Let's jump on with, let's have a look at the Braden here. Alright, so here we are. Accelerator. So the line goes to the top. Maybe it's G-forces. A bit different to the V8s I've seen. You can see the accelerator, brake and clutch inputs. These cars might be a bit different. Okay, we can bring up the car dashboard here. For some reason it says he's in reverse under his steering wheel there, but that's definitely not the case. Here he is. Fairly realistic. We'll be doing 80 kilometres an hour here, and let's see what he gets. Imagine doing a jump at 100 kilometres an hour in a car here. I'll tell you what, would be pretty freaky if you've never experienced that. I for sure have not. Here comes So this will give you an idea of the distance between the cars, between just the current car we're focusing on as well as the cars either side of it. Some of the things to watch out for during our broadcast when the race starts. Let's have a look here on our main timing tower on the left there. We can definitely set up here the top speed the cars are getting around the track. The car logo, it's all the same model. So we've got Holden and Fords, you'll be able to bring that up. Let's have a look at car number in the first column. Let's bring that up. So we've got Stephen McCohen. He's joined us in the green number 8. Not much practice in, so we'll see how he goes today. But it's good to see we've got another driver join just in time for qualifier. Maybe he doesn't need practice. Here comes Stephen for his first hot lap. See what time he puts on the board. One to start. Brilliant. And as the guys complete their first lap, their names will start popping up on the results there. And there's David in the 38.6. Forward to seeing Braden come out and do his first lap and see if he can take Stephen there off on his first lap or not. But we're going to expect a 36.5 out of the guys today. The track, it seems, has lost its slippery edge. As you can see, it's not as glossy there as it was at the end of practice session. So let's get on board and follow Stephen around for a hot lap. Braden has come out and he's taken the top spot at 36.7. Comes for his second lap. See if he can take that down to 36.6 or 0.5. Comes over the finish line for Stevie gets his 36.9. I'm sure Steve is not far away. Here he is in the green Jaws Racing trophy truck. He must be going to restart from the pits. Comes onto the straight, up on the jump, get it nice and straight, and let's see what he pulls on this lap. Yeah, 2 is definitely better this time. Let's see who else have we got here to follow. Stephen's probably right there. Coming up to finish his hot lap. Does he pull it down to 36? Right, 38. Stephen is there, still over 37.6. Got 4 or 5 minutes left of qualifying. Let's see if the guys can bring it home. Braden's looking good at the moment at 36.5. It's as good as he had it in the practice session. Let's see. Whoa, wow, flying 90 degrees there into that corner. Stephen takes the position and see what. Oh, here we go. Braden's on the outside, plenty of grip. Fast entrance onto the straight to finish his lap. Let's see what he does. Braden's done his hot lap and now he's pulling 37s. Stephen's doing a 38. He's not quite as good as his first lap, and there goes Stephen off into the qualifying session. It's about a 37-second lap, so you're looking at only another couple of laps left to get your qualifying position, guys. Best of luck to you all. Stephen Cohen chasing down David there. Biscom car number 4. Stephen do this lap. He's 37.2. That was last at 38. Not quite there. Let's jump on board with Stephen Sanderson and see if he's going to pull his times down. No, he's definitely in 3rd place at the moment. Looks like he'll reset to the pits to give himself another run onto the straight to start his hot lap. Let's stay on board here with Stephen Sanderson. We'll jump into the cockpit and see how he goes. He's going for his hot lap now. He's only got probably this is 1 or 2 chances left to better his position on the starting grid. Here we are with Stephen Sanderson in the Green Jaws Racing trophy truck. Good run onto the straight here. This lines the car up for this jump. And let's see what his time is. It's coming in at 37.2. Jesse's doing fine at a 37.1. Joel's at a 37.2. Tight racing with Braden definitely half a second ahead of the rest. And there's David Kerr coming at 38.2 seconds. Probably just had a few unlucky laps. See if David finishes up this lap. See if we can get into the 37s. Maybe down to a 37 flat. 37.7, still in 6th position. Anything can happen in these races though, guys. You could start last, finish first, start first, finish last. It doesn't take much to lose a few seconds in this, that's for sure. And here comes Braden, who's still sitting in 1st position. It's the last lap. There's no more laps in this qualifying session. Really, time-wise, there's only 10 seconds left, and I believe if you've started your last lap before the time runs out, you get to finish it. Let's see how that goes here. Braden won't get that, but maybe Stephen is, yep, he's on his last lap. So finish, checkered flag is out. This is the last lap for anyone that started their qualifying lap before the 10 minutes finished, and your time will count. It looks like Stephen has not continued. He's made a mistake there and lost some time. Here we are with Stephen McGowan, the other Stephen. See if he finishes off this last lap and gets his time on record. Last chance to better his time. He's currently in a 37 flat, and this current lap has put him at 37. So positions are as they are. No change. from the blimp cam. There goes the safety car leading them out. Let's hide that grid, we don't need that now. Here we are, guys. Short track, Wild Horse past Motorsport Park. The rolling start, it seems to be when the lights go green, it's all on, like Donkey Kong. And off he goes. Last, there goes the safety car leading them around, and we're waiting for green, waiting for green. Waiting for green, guys. And off we go. Race is on. Green flag is waving. Stephen takes the front of the pack. It's on. They are pushing it hard. Have a look at this, guys. You got Stephen Sanderson and Braden in second place there. Wow. Good job, guys. Great start. Nice and clean. And whoops, there goes number 8. Stephen McGowan. Nearly lost it. First lap. Come to a finish and off we go. Braden in second place still. And a nice clean first lap for everybody. Stephen's still holding strong in first place. Braden following, and someone's into the fence there, are they? Yes, it is. Joel has sent himself into the fence. Let's bring up the name there at the bottom so we can see who we're looking at. So David is now in 4th position. Jesse, 6th position, taking out the end of the pack. He must have had a bit of an accident there. There's Stephen Sanderson in the green trophy truck. Number 47 takes the lead of the pack. Braden close behind. Let's bring up his nose camera, chasing down Stephen Sanderson. This is some close racing, ladies and gentlemen. Race is on. We've got 20 minutes of racing. 3 laps in. I don't think that Braden's going to let Stephen get away anytime soon. I can tell you. It is on. These guys are best of mates, but when it comes to the racetrack, they're not. Simply put. Whoa, there goes David Kerr. Sent himself round and round. Back to Braden. Chasing down Stephen there. It is close. Oh, you don't want to be spinning out at this point over those whoops. It sends your car bucking like a wild horse, and I think that's probably where this game gets its name from. Braden is not letting him go far from his sights, and I think he's taken him. Braden's taken the lead, and now I can say the same thing. I don't think Stephen will let Braden get far. Coming to a lapped car here, David in the Biscom, number 4. And Stephen. Oh no! Stephen Sanderson, what has happened? There he is. Let's rewind and see what happened here to Stephen. I think this happened to him. He's got himself on the roof. It's all over for Stephen. And his car's still going though. He didn't have to go to the pits. That's good news. He's still now in 3rd position with. Let's bring up this battle box and see what we can find. With Joel not too far behind. 8 seconds. Now we've got a pretty big lead here now from Braden. Just coming by the Viscom car there with David Kerr. And Braden is now coming around to finish lap number 7 with a nice hefty lead over Stephen McCowan. And then number 8, the plain Jane green, lime green. You'll see that car from miles away. She's colourful. Stands out like anything. Putting the pressure on though, he's not far behind David. There's only one. There's Braden at the end of the straight. Let's see what sort of lap times the guys are getting. So we got best time and last time showing in the second column there. So Braden doing a 36.5 is his best. Stephen doing a 37.3 is his best. The last lap is the second column there, so you'll be able to keep track there and sort of catch up they're doing. Let's bring the track map up there on the right there. Car, let's have a look positions. That's the position is showing there on the map. So first position, second position. Bit easier to see where everybody is. Shut back up. There we go. Whoops. And let's have a look at Stephen Sanderson. He's now catching up to Stephen McCowan. Only now 1.5 seconds. There goes David Kerr in the Viscom car. He's sent rolling and back to the pits. Let's jump on to Stephen Sanderson chasing down Stephen McCowan here. Definitely close now. Here comes Stephen Sanderson hunting down prey as he does. Those big jaws of death coming at you. In the Jaws Racing Trophy Truck. Pro4 Lucas Oil. And here he is. Only 0.4 of a second behind. Anything can happen here. Where are we now? See if we can flick onto the suspension shots, get a better view of where he is inside. Other side. Oh, bit of a touch. Bit of a touch. Sent Stephen Wyden. And was that, tell me that was a bit of a shortcut taken there by McCowan. I think he's realised that and given up his position. So good job there, Stephen. Looks like Stephen Sanders is now on the hunt for his teammate Braden O'Cass with a hefty lead of 13 seconds. So it looks like he's got it in the bag if he keeps it clean. Alrighty, this is looking good for Braden. And Stephen now in second. What's happened to Sanderson? It looks like he's come off. Let's have a look. See if we can go back to the replay of Stephen Sanderson having a crash here. What's happened to him? Again, has he done his? Oh, he's been taken out. Oh dear. And he's back on the wheels. Then he keeps going. That's brilliant, mate. Off he goes. No wonder he's back now. So Stephen Sanderson is back into third position. We might have to check the replay at the end of that, at the end of this race, and see if that was a fair rollover or unfair. He's on the hunt either way. Macca in second, as his mates like to call him. Macca number 8, the green lime, fluoro lime truck, chasing down Braden. We've still got a 14-second lead from Braden. I think he's extending that lead quite well. Maybe, well, a full course yellow coming out at some point during this race. It is unknown as to when this will happen. It may well be at the 10-minute mark or later. brings the pack up close to each other again. Let's have a look up at the blimp shot, shall we, and see what we can see. Braden coming around the last corner of the track. A little bit high. Let's jump on the chopper and chase them around in the helicopter, shall we, and see what that looks like. Definitely some good camera angles coming here. Gearbox view out the back of the car. Let's jump back to Stephen Macca here. Jump back to Stephen Sanderson. They're all spread out a little bit at the moment. Let's jump back to Joel Pritchard and see how he's going there in the black and yellow 52. Jesse doing fine, chasing him down there in the number 7, red and white, with the yellow lightning bolt down the middle, looking good. Getting closely chased by David Kerr. Well, it looks like he might be a couple of laps down actually, as the relative battle box shows, and there's Braden chasing him down there again. So Macca's about 17 seconds there behind Braden. Definitely spreading out the pack a bit. This yellow flag will be interesting if it does come out, that's for sure. I'll leave you with, see what's happened over here. Everyone's still pushing hard, trying to catch up, doing their best. As the track gets slippery, things might change. From my experience having a go at this, it is hard to keep concentration for so many minutes in a row, let alone any sort of hours that you might be in a race for. But this, you've got to get the car lined up perfectly all the time, or it's trouble. Very easy to roll them. There's Stephen Macca, Stephen Sanderson there. Braden still out in front, the number 57, Jules Contracting, Jules Racing orange truck. Still doing 36.5 best time, but keeping a 37 second average it seems. As we go around here, let's have a look at the lap time history. Let me bring that up between Braden here. He's done a 36.9. 36.9, 36.5, 36.8, 37. So he's really got some consistent laps going on there. Between him and Macca, slightly different, a bit slower each lap. So you can see here between Macca and Stephen Sanderson that Stephen Sanderson is closely sitting behind him with the gap closing. Each lap the gap is closing at 0.9, 0.6, 0.2, a whole second in the last lap and the lap before. So Stephen Sanderson is right there on his tail. Let's jump on the nose of Stephen Sanderson and see what we can chase down in these jaws of life as they come to chomp up the number 8 car of Macca. And there goes Macca. He's off. He is off the track. He's out, 3rd place. As if Joel can take him. Joel has taken him as well. And Jesse. And poor Macca has sent himself. He's gone back to the pits, it seems even. Let's have a look here. It's Braden O'Cass. In there, out in the pits as well. So, what is happening here? I actually don't know. Maybe they're running out of fuel. Let's check from here. So it looks like we have Stephen Sanderson at 21 laps. Cass 21 laps. They're all yellow with David at 18 laps in. This must be really the number of laps they've done, possibly. Let's have a look here. Stint length, pit stop time, pit stop lap. We'll bring up. Stephen Sanderson out in front, trying to gain some time and clear open track. See here if he can. See if he's going to enter the pits shortly. Getting a bit slippery there in the glossy part of the track on the corners. The same here, I'm sure. Stephen sticking wide so he can get a bit of grip as he comes onto the last jump before the finish line. What's happening here with the Joel? Stephen is now into the pits. Here he is, having his turn, getting some much needed fuel and maybe tyres. Jesse taking the first place. Well, what I might do is jump in with these guys all together.
That happened to me too.
Howdy, boys. Live commentator, live online. You're all on the stream. How's it going? Who's hit the pits? Who hasn't?
In the pits at the moment. I have to serve a 40-second penalty as well for speeding in the pits.
Well, shall we send out the yellow?
Yeah, no, we only got like 2 laps to go, don't we?
Yeah, keep us racing. Jesse might not make it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for a Bradbury win here. I haven't pitted. I think I've got enough fuel to make to the end.
I have to serve my penalty.
What was the penalty for, mate?
Speeding in the pits.
Quite an easy thing to do in these trucks.
So it looks like we're going to have, what do we got? A couple of minutes to go now, guys. And
Braden's chasing me down like a madman.
yeah,
I'll take him out, but he's only in front of me.
It's still a team victory, guys.
I can't have an orange Jaws car beat me.
Oh, I led the whole thing up into the pits, so I don't want Jesse to win now.
I think you might.
I'm doing what I can. Hopefully he runs out of fuel.
We gotta. Oh!
Oh, here we go. It's on.
It's on.
How much time we got left?
We got a whole minute and a
2
half.
minutes.
Oh!
Oh no.
Oh, I'm gonna choke.
Jesse hangs on to the lead. So there's the fuel gauge on E, mate.
Yeah, I'm not too sure how many laps we got left to go. I'm not too game of looking. Whoa!
Oh no.
Oh! Unlucky.
At least that one wasn't my dirty driving.
Nice little tingle in the last lap. That's what it's all about.
Well, looks like Braden is going to take it out. I might even get a black flag for that evil manoeuvre.
Nah.
I think it's deserved. 2-minute penalty.
I'll claim it anyway.
That's how you win everything else.
Alright, boys, we'll stay live with you guys for the last lap. Keep it entertaining.
And then the entertainment stops, or
How much fuel we got left? 1 lap of fuel left.
with 1 lap to go. That's a win. There we go.
There you go, my pit straight guy. Yeah, he's done good. He's done well.
Last lap to go.
And I just hung it on the fence.
I could have cut my pit time in half. I've still got 17 laps left to fuel.
Ah. And Joel hasn't pitted either.
Oh, I nearly rolled it over the finish too. Look at that,
So you-
Steve-O.
so
Joel's
you
car
fellas
won on
know-
the Queen's birthday weekend.
It's always going to happen. One day, isn't it, boys?
That's it. Yeah, that's it.
Do you fellas
Whether
just
it's
run
real or
around,
not.
Do you guys run around feeding the throttle into it the whole lap, or do you?
Foot flat?
Most part of it.
That's trade secrets, bud.
I've just run out of fuel.
So you finished? No.
Yeah, I think I
you
come
did.
P2. I think after that.